Good day, everyone. I welcome you to the episode 5 of the predicted possible examination question on your literary novel, The Lekki Headmaster. Question 1 here says, what did Bebo do before meeting with the director of Bizway the morning after he encountered the ritual practice? Option A, he informed the police about the ritual activity. Option B, he prayed for protection. Option C, he moved his belongings out of the school. Option D, he wrote a resignation letter. Now, when Mr. Bebo encountered the whole process whereby they wanted to bury the life cow in the school environment at Bizway, then in the morning, he moved his property, his belonging out of the school. Then he came back to meet the principal and then drop his resignation letter. So let's check the option. Option C is the correct answer. He moved his belongings out of the school. Then from there, he met the principal. Then that was how he resigned. So option C is the correct answer. Question 2 says, which poem came to Beppo's mind on his way to renew his passport? The correct answer here is Ibadan. That's the name of the novel by J.P. Clark. Ibadan by J.P. Clark. That is the name of the novel. Please take note of that. That's option A. Question 3 says, what was Mr. Fafore's strategy to ensure that he came early to school, even though he lives far away? Though Mr. Fafore, the English teacher, stay quite far away from the school, but he wake up as early as 4 o'clock in the morning, then set out for school as early as 4:30 in the morning. Then probably by 6 o'clock, he's already in the school premises, then he sleep for like an hour or more. Then when the other teacher come in, then from there, school activities continue. So the correct answer here, he woke up very, very early. That was the strategy that Mr. Fafore used uh, uh, in getting to school as early as 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning. So that's option B. Question 4 says, what is the full name of the main character, Beppo? Beppo is not the full name. The full name of the main character, which is the principal or Mr. Beppo, is Adebeppo Adewale. That is option A. Question 5 says, what position does Beppo hold in Stardom schools? Option A, we have a head teacher. Option B, we have vice principal. Option C, we have the principal. Option D, we have the director. Mr. Beppo is actually the principal in Stardom school. That is option C. Question 6 says, why was Beppo not initially interested in relocating abroad? Why was he not interested? Option A, he did not want to leave his job at Stardom School. Option B, he had no valid passport. Option C, he feared traveling by air. Option D, he was financially unstable. The truth is that for valid passport, that's part of it, but that's not the reason. He can easily get a new passport, so that was not his reason. He feared traveling by air. That's not even his reason. He was financially unstable. Mr. Bell was earning 400,000, that's almost half a million, as a principal at Stardom, and his wife was earning, a rumor had it that the wife was earning in euro a large amount of money. But the major reason why he was initially uninterested or not interested in relocating abroad was he did not want to leave his job as starter. He did not want to leave his children. He feel he have worked so well for the children, and this is not the best time for him to leave his children or his students. That is option A. Question 7 says, who was responsible for pressuring Beppo to relocate abroad? The major character or the person that was responsible in pressuring or pressurizing Mr. Beppo to relocate abroad is his wife. So let's check the option. His boss at Stardom School, no. His friends, no. His family, no. D, his students. So let's look at the option closely again. The one that is close to the wife is his family, and that is one of the reasons why he would have relocated abroad to meet his children and his lovely wife. That's option C. Question 8 says, what was one of the challenges Beppo faced in his career? Option A, a lack of qualified teachers. B, balancing school policies and parental expectation. Option C, poor school infrastructure. Option D, low student enrollment. The major challenge that was faced by Mr. Beppo in his career was how to balance the school policy and his parental expectation. That is option B. Question 9 says, what is one of the major themes introduced in chapter 1? So what they are trying to say is that the chapter one of this novel, what is the major thing that was introduced in the chapter one? Option A, we have the struggle for power in the school. Option B, we have the importance of political connection. Option C, we have education and leadership challenge. Option D, we have the danger of school rivalry. The correct answer to this very question is option C, which is education and leadership challenge. That is option C. And that is the major thing that was introduced in chapter 1 in your literary novel. Question 10 says, what is the name of the school where Beppo works? Option A, we have Stardom School. Option B, we have Esse Academy. Option C, we have Heritage High School. Option D, we have Royal Scholar Institute. Mr. Beppo actually work in three different schools. We have the Beesway Group of School, we have Stardom Schools, and we have a Fruitful Future. So the Fruitful Future was the one that he established himself, which later folded up because of lack of good road. Then for the Beesway Academy, he resigned because of the ungodly act, which is the director of the school burying a live cow. So then the last school he worked was Stardom Group of School, which is sorry, Stardom School. That's option A, and that's where he was still working before the novel ended. So the correct answer to the very question is option A. Question 11 says, what did Beppo feel about his job at Stardom School? Option A, he was tired and wanted to leave immediately. Option B, he was deeply committed and passionate about it. Option C, he disliked the school management. Option D, he was planning to quit for a better opportunity. The truth is that Mr. Beppo was never planning to quit, and he never disliked the school management, and he was never tired and wanted to leave the school. The major thing there was he was deeply committed and passionate about his career. That is option B, which happened to be the correct answer. Question 12 says, what personal decision was Beppo struggling with in chapter 1? What was the personal decision that Mr. Beppo was struggling with in chapter 1? Option A, whether to resign from his job. Option B, whether to apply for another teaching position. Option C, whether to relocate abroad. Option D, whether to start his own school. The major challenge that was faced by Mr. Beppo, the major one from the beginning of the novel down to the end, was whether he is to relocate abroad. So he never wanted to relocate abroad because of the whole effort he had put into the school, and he wanted to relocate abroad because of his family. So the major challenge that was faced, or the decision that Mr. Beppo was struggling with in the novel, was whether he is to relocate abroad or not. Question 30 says, how did Beppo's experience shape his leadership style at Stardom Schools? Option A, he ruled with fear and intimidation. Option B, he was strict but fair, balancing discipline and compassion. Option C, he focused only on academic results. Option D, he allowed parents to control school policy. Now, the truth is that Beppo's experience shaped his leadership style at Stardom on how to be strict but fair and balancing discipline with compassion. That is option B. And this was one of the reasons why he was loved by all, the students and the staff. Question 40 says, what type of vehicle did the MD see in the secret parking lot? Like the two plots of land that was at the back of the school, when the MD later visited it in one afternoon, what kind of vehicle did she see there? Option A, only second-hand dead cars. That's a very, very false. It's not true. Option B, luxury cars like Toyota, Venza, and Mazda. That's the correct answer. I saw a lot of flashy cars, very luxurious cars like Toyota. We have Venza, we have Mazda. These are the cars. These are the kind of cars that she saw in the parking lot. Not motorcycle and bicycle, not old, worn-out buses. The correct answer here is option B. Question 15 says, what was one of the MD's biggest concern about the hidden cars? What was one of the MD's biggest concern about the hidden cars? Option A, the teachers were getting rich through illegal means. Option B, that the cars were stolen. Option C, that the school reputation was at risk. Option D, teachers were receiving secret bonuses. The correct answer here is the teachers were getting rich through illegal means. She was concerned. How come? How is it possible for this teacher and pay so amount of money to be getting this kind of vehicles? So she was thinking that maybe they are into illegal means in terms of raising their fund to get those cars. So this was a major concern according to this very question here. That's question 15. Option A is the correct answer. Question 16. Who did the MD summon immediately after discovering the hidden vehicles? Option A, the security guard. No, the security guard was with her, and it was even the security guard that explained to her that these vehicles they belong to staff, so members of staff at Stardom. Option B, we have the principal, the school accountant. Yes. When the MD later realized that, oh, these cars were owned by members of staff at Stardom, she called the principal immediately and the school accountant. So option B is the correct answer. Question 17 says, what explanation did the principal and the accountant give for the teachers owning expensive cars? Option A, they are involved in illegal activities. Option B, they receive financial support from the MD. Option C, they got loans from the school cooperative society. Option D, they secretly own businesses outside the school. The truth remains they got loans from the school cooperative society, which led to the regulation of the cooperative law that you can't borrow more than 250,000 naira. So after the whole cars were discovered by the MD. So option C is the correct answer. They got loans from the school cooperative society. So question 18 says, how much money was in the school cooperative account as at the time of discovery? As at the time of discovery, we have 95 million naira in the school account and over 50 million naira has been loaned out. So the correct answer here is option C. That is 95 million naira was in the school account. Question 19 says, what decision did the board of directors make after discovering the cooperative large loan payout? Option A, we have they shut down the cooperative society. Option B, they introduced stricter loan policies. Option C, they allow all teachers to borrow as much as they wanted. Option D, they fire the cooperative leaders. The correct answer here is option B, that is they introduced stricter loan policy. The truth is that when they realized that over 50 million naira had been loaned out, the only money that was in the cooperative account was 95 million naira, the MD introduced stricter policy that you cannot borrow more than 250,000 naira. So which is option D? Option B rather, they introduced stricter loan policy. Question 20 says, what was the new loan limit set for teachers after the board discussion? Option A, we have 500,000 naira. Option B, we have 1 million naira. Option C, we have 250,000 naira. Option D, we have 2 million naira. After the board meeting, the loan limit set for teachers was 250,000 naira. That's to say, a teacher cannot borrow more than 250,000 naira. That's option C. Question 21 says, why did the MD compare the cooperative system to hanging snake in the roof and going to bed? Option A, she believed the cooperative could turn into a financial disaster. Option B, she thought the teacher were using the loan for rituals. Option C, she was afraid of snake in the school compound. Option D, she meant the teacher are very unpredictable. The answer is she believed that the cooperative could turn into a financial disaster because most of the teachers can come together and they form their own school with the large amount of money they have been able to borrow from the school. So she was actually afraid that what if all these teachers now gang up, then form their own school as a counterpart to hers? Definitely her own might fold up. So she was afraid, and that was why she said it's like hanging a snake in the roof and then going to bed. So the correct answer here is option A. Question 22. What grammatical error did the parent accuse Mr. Fafuri of making? Option A, you is a good student. Option B, a day as well as Jide comes early. Option C, she don't have a pen. Option D, the boys is playing outside. The correct answer is option B, a day as well as Jide comes early, whereby the parents and the managing director said it's supposed to be a day as well as Jide come, not comes. But Mr. Bebe later saved the situation that a day as well as Jide comes early, not come. That is to say, Mr. Favre was actually correct and it was not a grammatical error. Question 23 says, why did the MD's reaction to Mr. Fafuri's mistake turn out to be embarrassing? Option A, she later realized that she had misunderstood the grammatical rule. Option B, The student protested against the teacher's dismissal. Option C, the MD was recorded making the same mistake herself. Option D, the teacher had resigned before she could fire him. So let's check again. The correct answer here was she later realized that she had misunderstood the grammatical rule, that it is comes, not come. So she misunderstood the grammatical rule, and the correct answer there is option A. Question 24 says, how was it proven that Mr. Favre was actually correct? Option A, the principal checked a grammar book in front of everyone. Option B, the MD searched for a grammar rule online and found she was wrong. Option C, the English teacher provided a written document for the Ministry of Education. Option D, the students stood up to defend their teacher. The correct answer is they actually went online and they find out that the MD was wrong. So the correct answer there is option B. Question 25, which is the last question here, says, how did the MD try to cover up her mistake after realizing Safafore was right? Option A, she quickly apologized and gave him a promotion. Option B, she asked all teachers to check their phone for confirmation and act as if nothing happened. Option C, she increased his salary to avoid bad publicity. Option D, she asked him to keep quiet about the situation in exchange of compensation. The correct answer here is option B. She quickly asked all the teachers to check their phone and then confirm if truly that Mr. Beppo is correct, which is Mr. Fafore is correct. And when they confirm, it is Ade as well as Jide comes and not Ade as well as Jide come. Finally, we have got to the end of this very episode. If you are not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please do well to do so. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you have any question at all, feel free to drop that in the comment section. And if you feel there's a particular number I didn't explain well, or you are kind of confused with a particular question, feel free to drop that in the comment section. I will definitely attend to that. Thanks for watching, but for now, goodbye.